And all right, we are back. We took a little hiatus just for a moment,
Oh my goodness.
but it's 2025, not Project 25.
Ooh, don't even start. Don't start.
Project
Don't.
2025.
Come
But
on.
we are back. And you know what? We're going to kick it off. Since we went there, we want to talk about the new America again.
The new America again.
The new America again.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, got a new president.
Ooh,
17 days.
17.
It feel like 170 days, but
No question about it. Yeah.
we got 17 days. All right. And so what happened in those 17 days?
What didn't happen?
We have federal workers told that they need to resign, not given an option, but told. But thank God, justice system popped in there. We got a little relief for a couple of days, not a lot. That's one of the things that's going on. We have another thing that, hey, they just going around just firing people.
Firing people.
Websites turn off.
What it is a whirlwind has taken place when Trump country 2.0, and he has went in, and instead of working through the process,
Yep.
with he's got everything. He's got everything. He's got the House, the Senate. He's got the Supreme Court,
Uh-huh.
and at the White House. But he's governing through executive order.
Yes.
But however, not all of this is legal. So, like you had mentioned, he's cutting people's jobs. His sidekick,
Elon
Musk, he's sending out people, telling people they need to resign, and there's no authority. So here we go again with this guy who's only for the snatch and grab, is going through, and he's ruining people's lives. I mean, I'm stressed out.
You said you stressed out.
I'm stressed. He's affecting me. I'm stressed out.
You stressed out. But here's the thing. Smoke and mirrors. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Do this on the slide where you don't realize it. But you already lost your job.
You done lost.
And yes, the courts are stepping in, but you already been fired. You are now trying to get some benefits while the court system figure this out. Now, that could be a week. That could be a month. That could be a year. And you still don't got a job.
It's so many, because I think the other day when we had talked about it was 20,000. Well, it's 50,000 now.
50.
But the numbers is still going up. The count is not even in.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I read something, so I had to check it out, do some research, find some more stuff. So if you fired every federal employee, it only puts a 4% dent in the federal budget.
Yeah.
Now,
the money is not in the budget. It's not in the employees.
No.
Now, I tell you what, if you turned all those politicians upside down and shook that money out their pockets, that will account for 79% of the entire budget. If you just shake them upside down.
Just shake them upside down a little bit.
70% of the budget will come out their pocket because they're crooks. I hate to say it.
But you want to know where all the money is at?
Where?
Federal contracts. Have you noticed?
Who's got the contracts?
Who has the largest contract with the federal government? I wonder who. Elon Musk.
No.
Yes. The NASA contract. It's just, yes. So it's interesting that no one's talking about all these federal contracts that should be reviewed to save all this money.
They can't talk.
But you wanted to put somebody out of a job. And what happens when you got 100, 200,000 people going unemployment that you only get for 3 months?
It shows that the media has been bought out. The media has bought out, because you're absolutely right. This is knowledge here that needs to be put out when a guy is going through with a razor and he's cutting all these jobs. And we're talking money and budget and all of that, but there's a whole nother side of this. The other side of this is these are seasoned employees.
Yes,
they have the knowledge. So what happened when all these people have been put out, and then you put all these illiterate people in place, and these new people are only there for a paycheck, and they don't know how to run nothing. So in this new America, again, now I understand what "Make America Great Again" really meant. They want to go back to the 40s and 50s where these people were illiterate. That a lot of them didn't even go to high school. The way that they got their jobs was because they knew Bill and Bob and Larry and Sue, and they got in and they had to learn on the job. They didn't have any skill sets. And so now we're going back to a time when people don't know nothing. And I wanted to start the new year off different. I wanted to be positive and optimistic.
Yes. Okay. So let's play this out, guys. What happens? Well, we already saw what happened with USA, right? So the USA been closed down for a week now. For a week. That means there's no vaccines going out to Africa. Kids, the little meals, the food that we were giving out to these third world countries, those packs are gone when they gone. Yep. They telling people come on back home. Yep. And so here's the thing: when people move, they move their entire family. The entire family got to move. You got kids in school. Take your kids out. Come back home. Now, let's play this fast forward. Let's say this goes on for a year.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. It takes a year. Supreme Court hears it out and said, that's unconstitutional. Put it back. Can you imagine how jacked up that is to rebuild something that's been in existence for that long? And now you have to try to piece it back. You already fired everybody. Everyone's already gone. So who knows how to do the job?
You don't have no one who was there to help build it.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Why would you think that the courts would overturn that? Remember?
I mean,
they in Trump's back pocket.
Well, yeah, remember the federal court. It's in the federal courts, but let's say it goes to the Supreme Court, and they say, "Wow, we got 25. We got to do something. We got to let one go by." Okay, let's say we let one go by, but these folks been out of a job for a year. All the computers, the servers are down. There's no emails. All those contacts are gone.
Remember that Elon has taken control of the computers.
Yeah.
He's got his engineers in there. They've taken control of the network already.
I'm just thinking, like, when you destroy an institution that was built from the ground up and you have to rebuild this thing. Okay, let's say it's gone. 4 years later, something happens and the Democrats get back in. Oh God, somebody intelligent get back in. And they stripped all these things down. Can you imagine how hard it's going to be to rebuild this stuff all over again? And you're right. They had a 25-year-old kid, not a 15, but a 25-year-old kid basically sitting in the EPA, told a senator they can't come in, they can't talk to them, who's over the oversight committee, told him, I know. I can't, no. I'm not going to have no meeting with you. Who are you?
Yeah.
A 25-year-old
that 25-year-old kid worked for President Musk.
And
Yes.
and here's the thing. They're interviewing people, having them justify their jobs.
Yes.
What have okay, now America, come on. I know we wanted to change. But really? I mean,
Well, again,
but hey,
but Trump had a mandate, and I saw his approval ratings
yeah,
today, which he's still sitting on a 47%
look at that.
approval rating, which is,
That's great. That's good. That's actually good.
so the people that put him in are extremely happy with the job that he's doing.
But
As a
you
matter
know
of
what?
fact, he's doing everything he said he would do.
But you know what? You said so. Guys, we have these conversations all over again. And I hate to put race. I just hate race when you bring race and stuff. It just feels ugly. But I was talking to Leon one day, and I just let me just see what is the makeup of race when it comes to the United States. And did you know that 53% of America is white?
53.
53%
Yeah.
is white. 18 Asian. 13 Hispanic. You know where we're at? 9%.
9%. But
Go ahead. I know you got some.
we are the boogeyman. So whenever white America wants to do something to mobilize their people, they bring out the boogeyman.
And
Everyone knows the
and and
boogeyman, the black man.
and but if you notice, the boogeyman is us and the Hispanic population, which comprises of 21%. But here's the thing: most of these folks voted for him. That's the craziest thing is
And
that
I've been listening.
I'm yeah.
Listen, I've been listening to NPR in the
Uh-huh.
mornings and they've been running this series of all these Hispanic people crying. These are all Trump
Yes.
voters.
Yes.
And they're on there crying and pleading, and they were fooled and stuff. Well, I give them a little break because uh, they probably never been exposed to a con man to the level that
You know
Trump is.
what? That's true. We have a totally different experience because you got to figure a lot of folks who came over, and if they are maybe illegal aliens, their trust level is something
Yes,
completely different from our trust. See, our trust level stems from slavery, so we already know how bad it can get. We
that's
already
correct.
know that you can say, "Oh, we're gonna give you 3 acres and a mule and take it back." So we know about Jim Crow. That yeah, I'm gonna give you the land and I'm gonna let you work the land, but
Yeah, yeah,
but you gotta give me everything you produce off the land,
yes.
but you can still
And
use the land.
then you never
So
really own the land because you
and
have to pay property tax on the land for forever.
forever that I gave you, I actually felt bad. I actually saw this. It was a Hispanic lady. She broke down in tears because um, she believed what he said, that he would only send back criminals.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they came, they got her husband and her brother, sent them back, and she said, I thought you were only getting violent criminals.
Well,
And then the press secretary turned around and said, no, if you're here illegally, you're a criminal. A criminal is a criminal.
well,
But she bought she bought the goods that since my brother and husband are not violent criminals. They're really not that type of criminal.
They didn't understand that what he
You know,
really meant was,
yes.
if you're not white, you're a criminal.
Oh my goodness. See, there you go.
That,
Man, you gonna get us canceled in this cancel culture.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
you gonna get us
yeah.
canceled,
Trump
man.
probably watching right now.
Good
He's
Lord
watching right
Jesus.
now. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he got rid of the DEI program that really
You know,
really helps
what? I'm glad you said that
not
because I
black
wanted to
folks.
talk about that. I wanted to talk about that. Now, y'all, this may be a little extra episode. We actually might have to break this down into 2 different shows to
Well, this is the
span
new America.
this.
This
This is
is
New America.
all encompass. This is
So,
all part of the new America.
okay, let's talk about DEI. So, I'm gonna give you my feelings on DEI. People gonna hurt me. I'm telling you, they gonna hurt. They ain't gonna like. They ain't gonna like my experience of what I think DEI. So I think DEI was going away a little. It felt like they was already picking it away pit by pit. They really wasn't doing
Yeah.
it. But on that same token, it was nice to see more people that was non-white going to work.
I agree.
It felt more comfortable, and I felt better in expressing myself because I felt we really were a melting pot.
And I think you that's the point right there. The point is that the government and the business of government should be handled in a way that it reflects the people in the country. You just said that 53% of the
53%.
people in the country are white.
Yes.
Well, then I'll go with 53% of the people employed by the government should be white. How about that? How about that? And then you divide it up because it needs to reflect the people in the country. I mean, this is the way that it is, and I don't see any other way. I don't. Do you
Yeah.
have the statistics? Do you
So
have the
you know what?
statistics on
You know
how
what?
many? Do you have the statistics on how many black people work in the government? Do you have that number?
I do not, but man, it's actually 59%
59% of what?
are white.
There you go.
These are the new census numbers.
Okay.
59% white.
And there you go. That is not a
19%
reflection.
Hispanic. I haven't seen your office, but it does sort of kind of feel nice when I walk into the office and see other people who look like me or have the same pigmentation. Now they may be Indian and they may be Latino and stuff like that, but it's not 100% Caucasian.
Well, my office is 99% white. I am the
You-
only African American in the
Oh, my
office. Period. It's
Oh.
just me. So it's 99.
You know what? So do you ever get asked to share your experiences? Do people just like all of a sudden, hey Leon, how does it feel to be black when it comes to this? Or just ask you a question just to understand your unique experience about something.
No.
Chicken wings. I mean, I'm just saying.
They would never ask me anything like that. Number one, because they don't want to know the answers. They don't care about the answer. And the fact that I may say it in a way that they can't even understand what I'm saying. So no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm just saying it.
They'd rather talk about what type of donuts they having tomorrow. In a smug way. You know, as people are going irate, you have all these people losing their jobs, all these people doing this, that. On my job, it's the calmest place in America. People are walking around like nothing's going on.
Like nothing's going on.
Laughing, joking.
Everything's good to go.
Oh yeah. This is the best of the best. They loving it. They loving it.
Wow.
Because number one, they don't care. And I say that because any person who can care about another person. See, I care about all people. I care about Hispanic people, Native American. I care about them because I see them as, what if that was me? What if
Yes.
what if I had
Yeah.
a family and one of my
Oh yeah.
family members is taken or something like. So I can
Yeah.
walk
That's
in
brutal.
somebody else's shoes. A lot of people can't walk in no one else's shoes. I wanted to
So
be optimistic,
see,
but
I know. I know. I know. I
after
know.
these
See.
17 days, after these
Okay. So
17,
where do you
but
see it? So where do you see after a month? Where are we at after 30 days?
well,
Does it get worse from here? I mean, it's bad.
you know what? I really feel like we're looking at this thing. I don't think Trump and Musk. I really don't think they care. This is really all just a tactic to overload us, to
Mhm.
keep us so caught up in the day to day of what's going on next, and all these headlines and stuff. The media can't even catch up. We're being bombarded with all this.
Yeah. Yeah. We
No,
are. We are.
I think where we're gonna start in a month or two, where we're gonna be at is them draining the money out of the country. Remember, this is a money grab. This is all this other stuff. This is just collateral damage. This doesn't even mean anything. All this stuff with kicking people out, taking over education, fine. This is all collateral. I see them in a few months figuring out a way to get that Medicare money, to get that Social Security money, redirected to organizations and groups that they own and run. It's
Well,
a
I mean, I mean,
matter
I mean,
of
they are
sucking
moving
this
to
country dry.
a privatization type of model.
Well, who
Okay.
own the private? Who own the private companies?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. So, what if they told you? What if they said, "Hey, Leon, your Social Security money, we gonna take a part, and the other part is on you. Go open yourself a Fidelity account. If you mess it up, you mess it up.
Yeah.
But don't come to me because you messed it up." That's what I think actually is going to happen. I think they're going to Medicare. So there's Medicare. See, I didn't know this stuff, man. I learned a lot with my mom. Medicare D, C, D, F, B. Jesus, there's 12 type of Medicares.
I know.
But what I realized is that in order for you actually to get good Medicare service, you actually got to go private. So there's actually like Humana, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield actually have a Medicare Part D private plan that's outside of the Medicare plan. So it's not even part of Medicare. But guess what? It's private. You got to pay some money.
Where's the money coming from?
Whatever you getting.
What if
They don't
you ain't got
care.
no money?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, guess what? You ain't gonna you
You're a
ain't
dead
gonna
man
be
walking.
able to go to.
You're a dead man walking because you can't get medical assistance. You
Yes.
can't stop working. You just gotta work until you die.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. No,
Well,
seriously. Seriously.
that's
Seriously. So okay. So let's say, because I didn't realize this. So let's say you're getting Social Security, right? Let's
yeah,
say you're getting $2,500 in Social Security, and I tell you, in order for you to get hospitalization, now hospitalization and prescription drugs, I'm going to take out $200 or $250 out that $2,500 that you get. That's basically how it works right now. Now that don't include any extras.
you can't live off of that. You
Yeah,
can't live
I'm
off
just
of
saying.
$2,200.
Yes, I'm just saying. And so for
You
all
can't
these,
you
yes,
can't live. How is it that the majority of the countries around the world have free healthcare? It's not logical. So it tells you all these different plans are ways to get your money by these different organizations. if Canada has free healthcare, free education, if most countries around the world have free healthcare and free education, and we're supposedly one of the greatest countries in the world, that it doesn't make sense. It's not logical.
I know.
It's not logical. And
I'm just
it
saying.
says that if you use logic, it's saying that we're being robbed. Because if you think of it, the people who've been marginalized, the minorities in this country,
Mhm.
has been limited on the amount of money they could make through their entire life. So there's a limit on how much money they can even put in. So they're already at a deficit. So
Yes.
to then try to penalize them because they need some type of medical assistance because they've been fed unhealthy food, unhealthy work conditions, unhealthy air, all these things that has been brought on that are not natural, that has been placed on them through the government and not regulating certain things. And now as they get closer to the end of life, you're going to continue to penalize them to death. This
Yes.
new America is truly a reflection of what America has always been for 400 years.
It's bad now. They tell you can retire at 62, but they only give you like 2/3 of your money. Not even
You
that,
can't
half your
retire at
money. And
62.
then they tell you you can't even get Medicare, you can't get medical benefits until you 65. So for 3 years, you gotta pray you don't step on a nail, you don't break a nail. You know what I mean? It's that sensitive.
So most people don't even know about these things
No,
if
they
they
don't.
haven't
No, they don't.
reached that age or have had a loved one who's been there, a mom or dad. Most people don't even know about it. However, the people in the government, the people in charge of these various committees, they know about it. They know
Yes.
exactly what it is. And so again, and the Democrats is just as bad
Yes.
because they knew about it. They know about it. They part of it.
Both parties let me down. Here's nothing that got me upset. You got 50 senators. You got 400 and some odd House of Representatives,
Right.
but it takes one federal judge to stand up and say no. We don't teach like how the government works, like the
What don't?
executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Because think about it, if the judicial branch wasn't there, everybody be jacked up right now. I mean, if you took the judicial branch away, folks would be jacked up.
I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy about that. The judge who did that was a Republican. He was a Republican judge that was appointed by Reagan, I believe. So that
Yeah.
tells here we go again. The Democrats they lost every position. They slept every position to where they could make a difference. They
Well,
lost every spot where they could make any type of a difference
well,
because they got so complacent, got so
yes.
fat, so out of touch with mainstream. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And here's the thing: everybody talking about kumbaya, kumbaya. No, no. Trump. This is the second time Trump did this,
Oh
and
yeah,
you telling me Obama had both the House and the Senate when he came in. We had the House and the Senate when Joe came in. What's the problem?
they didn't want to do nothing. They rested on their laurels
Oh, well, we gonna
and
talk. What the?
they
And so,
never wanted. They talked that we want to go across the aisles.
no,
How many aisles are the Republicans going across now?
none.
How many they going across?
None. And the thing is that the more and more he pushes the boundaries and tests how far and how much power the executive branch has, it's like once you get it, it's not like someone's gonna let it go. It's the messed up part about this, right? The messed up part of it, let's say the Democrats do get back into office. They basically almost have to do what he did to fix everything.
I don't see them getting back in for at least at least
What,
12 years.
16 years?
At
You
least.
talking about 12? You think at least, what, 12 years?
Maybe about 12 years.
Oh man, don't
They
say
might
that.
have a chance. They would have to, bring someone up, start bringing them up, a young person right now. They would have to live the perfect life. They would have to be white, and
You know
there's
what?
just no way.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but you're right.
Yeah.
They would have to be white, and they would have to be such a squeaky clean person. Maybe do a year in Congress, be a governor or something,
Yep.
or mayor of a big city. They can be a mayor it has to be a large city though. It could be something big, like New York or some California. Some ginormous, a big major city. But they would have to be white. Unfortunately,
and then he would have to.
unfortunately, the Democrats, I hate to say it, but they're
I
actually
don't.
going to need someone who is white, a white male.
And then he would have to. He would have to be in somebody's pocket, because it's going to take a couple of billion to even run for president by
Yes.
then. And so the money, so he's going to be
And actually,
obliged to help somebody.
and actually, it's going to have to be a white male president and vice president.
That's the only way I can see it. That's
To-
the
for
only way
Democrats.
I can see it.
I can't see the Democrats putting in another woman for vice president. Just because
no. Because well, number one, I think the majority of males, specifically white males, they're male chauvinists, so they could never, they could never understand the experience of a woman and her ability to lead, and they could never understand that.
Yeah, even if it was a white woman,
no,
I don't even know any that's actually out there from a political standpoint who's doing anything.
It's an old boys club. They're not. No.
Who's doing anything? Well, we guys, I know we went a little over. Normally, we try not to a little over, but you know what? We might actually have to bring this back. This might be a regular segment, guys.
It's so much going on.
There's so much going on that we might have to report on this on a monthly basis. We might have to go live. This actually might have to be a live segment, because there's just so much going on, and we want your feedback. We want to see what's going on, what your thoughts are. So,
and we know everyone's talking about it. We know everyone is talking about it. So you need to jump on board. You need to come on board. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation.
Let's talk. Remember, it's only 17 days. So we probably come back maybe day 30, day 40, and see what's going on in the new America again. And thanks for watching. Now let's happen.